Let me be honest with you, I'm not the best salesperson in the world. I don't have the smoothest pitch, I don't have the sickest close. English is my second language, business is my first. And here's what I learned, closing is not about language tricks, it's about connecting minds. It's about understanding what someone actually wants and helping them see if you can deliver it. And I built a business that generated $34,000 in 90 days. I did it live, on camera, with a community watching every move. And here's the thing, I wasn't closing because I become a master communicator. I was closing because I stopped it, improvising and started follow a system. If you're an AI founder who's stuck because you hate selling, you're scared of rejection, or you just freeze when someone's actually on the phone, this is for you. You finally get someone on a call. You prepared on an hour. You know your offer inside and out. And then they ask you a question you didn't expect. And you panic. You ramble. You over explain. You get lost in the details. And they said, let me think about it. I know this pain, I was you. But here's what I changed everything. I started trying to sound like a salesperson and start following a mechanical process that let me show you up as myself. Let's go. Before we go further, if you want the system that helps you lock your first client offer and first market contact in 7 days, I built the 7-day market signal starter kit. Hypothesis lock ChatGPT, execution tracker, decision day scorecard. Link is in description. Grab it, come back, follow along, or just keep watching. Either way, let's go. Problem number one, you freeze because you have no structure. Let me show you what's actually happening. You finally get someone on a call. You've been working for this for weeks. You optimized your funnel. You built your lead magnet and you sent cold emails. You got replies. Someone said yes to a call. Now they are on Zoom. Camera on. You can see their face and you freeze. You start with the plan. So tell me about your business. They talk for 2 minutes. You nod. You take notes. Then silence. You panic and then say, let me show you what I built. You share your screen. You show them your automation. You walk through every step. So first, this webhook triggers and then it goes to this AI agent. And then we have this database that stores 15 minutes later. You are still explaining. They are nodding, but their eyes are glazed over. You can feel it. You are losing them. You stop. So what do you think? This is really interesting. Let me think about it and get back to you. Call ends. You sit there, heart racing. What just happened? I've been there. I've done this exactly core 30 times. You think the problem is that you didn't explain it well enough. So next call, you add more detail. You build a better demo. You record a loom beforehand. And the same thing happens. Because the problem isn't your demo. The problem is you don't have a structure. Here's what you're not seeing. When you improvise, you give yourself infinity ways to mess up. You can talk too much, talk too little, answer the wrong questions, miss the real objection, forget to ask for money. Every call feels different because you are making it up as you go. Here's what actually happens when you don't have a structure. Monday, call with a SaaS founder. You spend 20 minutes showing your tech stack. And they say, interesting, let me think about it. No close. And Wednesday, call with an agency owner. This time, you try a different approach. You ask more questions upfront, but then you forget to pitch. Call ends with, send me some information. No close. And then final Friday, call with a consultant. You overcompensate. You pitch hard. You ask for money 10 minutes in. They say, oh, slow down. You back off. No close. 3 different approaches, 3 different fails. And you have no idea which one was closer to working. The real cost, you're not learning because every call is different experiment. You can't improve what you can't repeat. You've taken 20 calls. You close 1, not because your offer is bad, because 19 times you tried something different and hope it would work. If you had one repeatable structure, you'd know exactly where it's and you'd fix that one thing, instead of rebuilding the whole approach every time. And here's the shift. The best closers don't improvise. They follow the same structure every single time. Frame, diagnose, outcome, pain, ask. Same order, same questions, same flow. By call 10, it's muscle memory. By call 20, you're making adjustments, small tweaks, not wholesale changes. That's when closing stops being random and starts being mechanical. Problem number 2, you think selling means manipulating. Let me guess what's in your head right now. You've been on the other side of the bad sales call. Some guy pressuring you, using tactics, ask loaded questions, making you feel concerned, creating fake urgency. This price is only available today. I only have 3 spots left. If you don't solve this now, you will be stuck forever. And you hate it. You felt manipulated. You say no just because of how it felt. And now you're supposed to do that to someone else. No wonder you're avoiding sales course. Here's what's actually happening. You think sales is convincing someone to buy something that don't want. That's not sales, that's manipulation. Real sales is different. Real sales is this. Someone had a problem. You have a solution. Your job is to figure out if there's a fit. And if there is, help them see the breach. That's it. But here's what happened to you. You got on a call, you know, you can't help them. You've been seeing this problem before. You've been solved it for other people. You genuinely believe your offer will work, but you are so afraid of being that guy that you don't ask for the sale. You explain your service. You answer questions. You show proof. You send a loom. You follow up twice. And then you wait. I say that I did this for 6 months. I thought if my offer was good enough, people would just decide. I thought asking for money was push. I thought good service sells itself. Wrong. Here's what I learned. People want to buy, but they are scared of making the wrong decision. Your job isn't to convince them. Your job is to give them clarity so they can decide. Here's the math nobody talks about. Out of 10 people who say, let me think about it, 8 of them never come back. And not because they decide no, because they got distracted. Life happened. The urgency faded. You didn't lose them because you were too push. You lost them because you weren't direct enough. You are letting qualified buyers walk away because you are afraid to ask. Someone booked a call with you. That's not random. They have a problem. They think you might solve it. They carved out 30 minutes of their day. And you are not helping them by being nice. You are leaving them stuck in the same pain they came to with. Asking for the sale isn't manipulation. It's service. If someone has the pain and you have the solution and they are qualified and you don't ask, you're doing them a disservice. Not asking is the selfish move because you are protecting your ego at the expense of their outcome. Closing isn't combat. It's curiosity. When someone hesitates, you don't pressure them. You ask, what's your main concern right now? And then you listen and you address it, not with tricks. That's not manipulation. That's helping someone make a decision they already want to make, but are too scared to commit to. Problem 3, rejection feels personal, so you avoid calls. Let me tell you what's really happening. You're not talking more sales call, not because you are too busy, not because you don't have enough leads. You are avoiding them because every no feels like they are rejecting you. You pitch your offer. They say, I need to think about it, and your brain translated that to, your offer isn't good enough. You're not good enough. You're wasting my time. So what do? You stop talking calls. You go back to building. You add another feature. You rebuild your demo. You rewrite your landing page. And you tell yourself, I just need a little more proof, one more case study, a better tech stack, then I will be ready. But you are never ready because the problem isn't your offer. The problem is you're making no mean something about you. I spent 3 months hiding in just one more feature. I'd get someone on a call. I'd show them what I built. They'd say, this is cool, but I'm not sure I have a time to right now. And I'd internalize it. My offer isn't clear. My demo wasn't good enough. I should have shown them X instead of Y. Next call, I try a different approach. Same result. Let me think about it. And instead of seeing it as a signal, maybe my targeting is off, maybe my pitch needs work, I'd see it as proof I wasn't ready. So I'd go back to building. I'd add more automation. I'd integrate more tools. I'd record a better Loom video. Anything to avoid taking another call where someone might say no. No isn't about you. It's about timing, fit, or clarity. Someone says, I don't have budget. That's not your offer is bad. That's I don't see the ROI yet. Someone says, I need to talk to my partner. That's not you failed. That's I'm scared to make this decision alone. Someone says, let me think about it. That's not no forever. That's I need more clarity on one specific thing. But you hear no and you bundle it. You make it mean you're not ready. Your offer not ready. Your business isn't ready. And you stop. You need 100 market touches to find a real signal. But after 10, no's, you quit. You change your offer, you rebuild your funnel, you start over, and you never get to call 50, where the offer finally clicks. You never get to call 80, where you've heard every objection and you know how to handle it. You kill your business to protect your ego. Here's what changed for me. I started treating no as data, not judgment. Someone says, I don't have time. Okay, that's a signal. Either I'm targeting the wrong people or I'm not showing them the time ROI clearly enough. Someone say, I need to think about it. Okay, that's a signal. I didn't build enough urgency or I didn't isolate their real concern. I stopped making it personal. I started making it mechanical. No, become a diagnostic tool, not a report card. The best sales people expect no. They don't take it personally. They see it as information. Oh, you don't have budget. Cool. What would it take to make this a priority? Oh, you need to talk to your partner. Fair. What do you think their main concern would be? They stay curious. They don't make no means anything about them, and neither should you. So let me tell you why you should listen to me. I'm not the smoothest salesperson. I'm not the natural closer. English is my second language. I stumble over words. I pause mid-sentence. I'm not slick, but here's what I did. I run a 72-day execution sprint live on camera with a community watching every single move. I started at 0, no clients, no proof, just an offer and a hypothesis. Day 1 to 7, I forced market contact, manual outreach, 30 messages per day, no automation, no hiding. And day 7, first conversation, no close. Day 14, second conversation, still no close, but I'm learning. Day 21, first objection that broke me. I don't think I have time for this right now. I didn't know what to say. I froze. I said, okay, no problem, let me know. Call ended. I sat there, frustrated. That's when I built the system. I recorded every call. I wrote down every objection. I built a script, not to sound robotic, to stop forgetting what to say when I panic. Here's what made the difference: authenticity. The calls where I tried to sound like a salesperson, they flopped. I stumbled. I sounded fake. The call where I show up as myself, told the truth, and genuinely tried to help, they closed. Not because I had perfect language, because I had a system that let me be authentic without winging it. I've helped founders just like you. Daniel from Vancouver, stuck at 0 for 9 months, built his hypothesis in week 1, first close in week 3. Rook, Paris, scared of rejection, forces through 7 days of outreach, first client on day 7. Sean, California, changed his message 3 times in week 1. Finally, Lockheed, 5 meetings booked in 3 days. Not because they become master sales people, because they stopped improvising. I'm not telling you this brag. I'm telling you so you understand. I've been stuck at 0 with no proof. I've frozen the calls. I've lost deals because I rambled. I've avoided sales because rejection hurt. And what got me stuck wasn't talent, it was structure. If you're feeling stuck right now and you want to exact the system that got me stuck, I built a 7-day market signal starter kit, hypothesis lock GPT, execution tracker, decision day scorecard. Everything you need to force market contact in week 1. Link is in the description. So what actually works? Week 3 of execution sprint, the closing layer. This is where you turn sales from emotional to mechanical. And week 1, forced market contact, you locked your hypothesis and touched the 30 people. Week 2, build proof. You created one asset that shows outcomes, not tools. Week 3 removes improvisation. Here's the structure, the 30-minute call skeleton. 5 phases: frame, situation, outcome, and plan and decision. You follow it words for your first 3 calls. Not because you are a robot, because you need the structure before you can break it. By call 10, it's second natural. You're not reading, you're flowing, but the burns are still there. And second SOP, the 5-minute pre-call prep system. Before every call, you spend 5 minutes. You read their notes. You identify their main pain. You predict 2 objections. You write 3 personalized questions. You walk into the call sounding like you did an hour of research. It took you 5 minutes. And third SOP, objection handling framework. Every objection you will ever heard falls into 4 categories: money, time, decision maker, styling. You build a response library for your top 5 objections, not scripts, frameworks, AAA method. Acknowledge, associate, ask. When someone says, I need to think about it, you don't panic. You ask, what's your main concern right now? And you handle it because you've already seen it 10 times. And finally, post-close handoff system. This is what keeps the sale. The moment they say yes, you reinforce the decision. You recap their pain and goal. You introduce them to the next step. You schedule their onboarding call before you hang up. You send a confirmation within 1 hour. Refund rate drops from 10 to 15% to less than 3%. The system removes the guesswork. Closing becomes repeatable, not random. Let me show you what this actually looked like for me. Day 1 of my sprint, I locked my hypothesis who AI founders stuck in learning loops. Pain, no clients despite building for months. Outcome, first client in 21 days. Price, $797. I didn't change it for 7 days, no matter what. At day 1 to 7, I sent 200 messages manual, no automation. And 30 per day, LinkedIn, Twitter DMs, cold emails. I got 12 replies. I booked 3 calls. First call, day 9. I followed the script, word for word, phase 1 through phase 5. Got to the ask, ready to move forward. He said, I need to think about it. I panicked. I said, okay, no problem. Call ended, no close. I reviewed the recording. I saw it. I didn't ask what his main concern was. I just let him go. A second call, day 12. Different prospect, same script. Got to the ask, ready to move forward. She said, that's more than I expected. This time, I didn't panic. I used AAA. Totally fair. Can I ask, is it that you don't have the budget? Or is it more that you are not sure it's worth it yet? She said, I'm just not sure it's worth it. I went back to phase 4. I showed more proof. I walked through the plan again. So knowing that, does it make sense? She said, yes. First close, $797, day 12. Not because I became a master salesperson, because I followed the structure. Same script and same structure, just repeat it. Here's what changed it. By call 10, I wasn't reading the script. I knew it, but the words were mine. By call 20, I could feel when someone was about to object. I could pre-handle it in phase 4 before they brought it up. By call 30, closing felt mechanical, not emotional. The system forced the execution. The execution creates results. So let me bring this all together. 3 traps keeping you stuck. Problem 1, you are improvising every call. So closing feels random. You don't know what's working because you are trying something different every time. Problem 2, you think selling means manipulating. So you avoid asking for money. You let qualified buyers walk away because you are afraid to be direct. Problem 3, you take rejection personally. So you avoid calls altogether. Every no feels like proof. You're not ready. So you go back to build instead of selling. The solution is simple but not easy. By 30-minute call skeleton, 5 phases, frame, situation, outcome, plan, decision. You follow it for 10 calls. It becomes muscle memory. The 5-minute prep system, before every call, you read notes, identify pain, predict objections, write personalized questions. You sound like you did an hour of research. And the objection handling framework, AAA method, acknowledge, associate, ask. You build responses for your top 5 objections. When someone hesitates, you don't panic, you handle it. Last SOP, the post-close handoff. The moment they pay, you reinforce the decision. You schedule the next step. You send a confirmation within 1 hour. Refunds drop from 10% to 50% to less than 3%. Please remember, closing isn't about perfect language. It's about authentic connection through repeatable structure. You don't need to be the smoothest salesperson. You just need to stop improvising. If you close this video and do nothing changes. That's not pressures, that's math. I put together the 7-day market signal starter kit. It's everything you need to go from zero to scalable outbound without burning your domain, your offer, or your sanity. The link is the description. Grab it now. If you're tired of hoping automation will save you and you're ready to scale what actually works, this is your playbook. Stop learning, start executing.